CK Restaurant, located at Bijilo Senegambia Highway. We believe in quality, availability, and affordability. For your comfort, your happiness with your family and friends, CK Restaurant is the only place to be. We have all kinds of foods ranging from African, European, American, and even beyond. We do pastry, bakery, and even catering for your birthdays, weddings, and related services. We have local juice, soft drinks, and customer satisfaction is a key to enjoy the best atmosphere in restaurant services. Tranquility and serenity, CK Restaurant is the place for you. At CK Restaurant, our services are second to none.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings, 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259-220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Hello and welcome to this special interview here at the sidelines of the UDP Day 2 Congress. We're here to talk to officials. We know KMC is the host of this year's Congress. So with me, I have the Lord Mayor of KMC, Talib Ahmed Bensouda. Lord Mayor, congratulations on a successful launching of your first day of Congress. Tell us, what did it take for KMC to host this Congress?
Thank you, Fatou and Kerr. Thank you all the listeners. So this Congress is special to me because it's hosted in KMC and I am the host. Most of the arrangements were done by the Regional Organizing Committee and of course the National Organizing Committee, which I am the chairman of. And of course we have a secretariat, which is led by Honorable Lawyer Darboe. So they sort out the programming and protocol. And I am in all of those committees. So it's been really successful, as you have seen. We have delegates only from all over the country, about 1,060. And of course 30 regional officers. We have also electoral observers. We have the media, and we thank them very much for their coverage. Without them, the rest of the Gambia will not know what is happening. We have also invited other political parties, dignitaries. We have groups here like Operation No Tribalism. And I think it's been done very well. So we applaud the team. I've seen the disabled interpreter for the deaf and blind. For the deaf, sorry. So it's been a really successful event.
So what we have seen is a whole different level of organization here. What does this signifies? Is it the level of preparedness the party is trying to show to us as a community? Or why all this, you going this far, like it's a high level organization?
I think that the goal is to change the standard of political dialogue in this country and to bring standards into politics. For a long time, of course, we've done politics at the grassroots level, which is very vital, but we also want to have politics that has a higher standard of discussion and to really showcase what the party is about in all its manners from the people at the grassroots and the community level to the executives and the political position holders. And it's a fair playing field where everybody is as important as the other. People refer to me here as Talib and not Mayor because they really put me where I am. So it's a real nice place to be. And what we hope Gambians get from this is that the UDP is prepared to lead this country. And the UDP has a lot of dynamism, has a lot of intellect, and has a lot of multicultural, it has a multicultural nature. We've seen all the tribes here represented. We are a national party and that's the goal. We want to showcase that.
Apart from electing officials of the party, as a party, what else are you unveiling here for us, the ordinary Gambians, those people that are sitting on the fence? What should we take away from this Congress? What that would motivate us to join?
Right, so the Congress is about looking at our constitution and making amendments that we feel are good, and the delegates vote if it comes to that on every clause. Secondly, like you said, is to elect our leaders in a democratic fashion. Some may change, some might not change. It depends on what the delegates feel. But for this one is special because it's the year before elections, and as you can see, is the road to 2021. We want to showcase our brilliance by showing the different talents we have, from youths in our executive. Also, we want to showcase our multicultural nature, that we are a party that if we come to power, we will treat everybody equally. No tribe has a monopoly over UDP. We want to promote that one Gambia concept, one tribe concept. And we really want to show how prepared we are to lead Gambia into a prosperous country, move from a poor country and at least to a middle income country. I think this is what most Gambians want to hear. And for the alienated groups like youths, we want to champion their cause. We want to show them that UDP will create a conducive environment where opportunities are available for youths. We know many youths are destitute in the sense that they graduate from school and they don't have any opportunities waiting for them, and they feel the need to leave Gambia. We also want to make women feel that they're just as powerful as men and can lead, maybe in some cases even better than men. And we want to showcase our women leaders. So like I said, the Congress is about elections and constitutional changes, but it's also an opportunity to showcase the talents of the party and the multicultural nature of the party and the brilliance of the party.
I see a lot of campaigning going around here. It seems like, when it comes to the Congress, there's no Talib, there's no Hon Lawyer Darboe, there's no Amadou Sane. Seems like everybody is fighting for the votes of the delegates. How does it go? How democratic is that?
Well, that's democracy. You lobby. So if you want to lead a position, you need to lobby, and you need to get the support of our delegates. We have seen now 2 people who are interested in one position are actually going through mediation. So it's democracy. It seems messy, but it's how it works. End of the day, we all follow the leadership of the people who are chosen. But UDP is in such a way that even once you get a position, it doesn't mean you're in power. You still have to listen to what the grassroots say, because you can be removed or you can lose your soft power or even your ability to lead. So it's definitely a lot of dialogue, and it's what democracy is about.
Is Talib going to contest for any position?
I am.
What position?
National Organizing Secretary.
Wow. I mean, you're able to organize this. I hope, I don't know if you think you will win.
You see, that's my politics. I organized it to show my talents.
And then ask for the position.
Exactly.
Wow, that's interesting.
So hopefully I'll get it. I think I have the support, so hopefully, yeah.
So let's talk about yesterday. You made a very big pronouncement that UDP is going to win come 2021. How optimistic are you? What makes you believe you're going to win?
The reason I think so is one, because I'll be in the heart of the campaign. I don't want to boast or anything, but I think I want to promote what the best about the party and move people away from the concepts they have about UDP, or all these theories they have about UDP, that it's a Mandinka party or it's a party that only is intent on putting Hon Lawyer Darboe as president. I want to showcase the multiculturalism in UDP, the diversity. I want to promote the intellectual capacity we have and the democratic nature of the party and the ability for youth and women mobility upwards. So when I say we are going to win, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm saying that we have all the talent to make it happen. And we will not take anything for granted. We will come house to house, and we will always invite and sort of promote people who cross carpet, or even people who don't necessarily belong to a political party, but believe that one party may be better for the Gambia than the rest. So we want to make sure that in 2021 we talk to the people, we convince the people. Politics is not a thing you can force. You can't force anybody to support you. You can't coerce anybody to support you. We have to convince people that this is what's best for the Gambia, because we know even if they don't love UDP, they love the Gambia.
I know finally your party leader have always said if you want to know what UDP is going to be all about, look at KMC, look at what Talib is doing, look at what Rohim Aliglo is doing in Banjul, look at what Landing is doing in his region. And then Joe, what has the councils done for us to say, yes, this is going to be a this is going to, what UDP government is going to look like?
Exactly. So you talked about Rohim Aliglo. She's championing the cause of women, the elevation of women into positions of power. That's something that is a party value. In last Congress, we amended the constitution, so our executives are made up of at least 30% of women.
Are we going to see more this time?
I think so. And also, we were also promoting that even our elected officials are made up of 30% of women. So Rohilo champions that. I myself, you look at my council, I promote our cooperation. We have APRC in my council, we have DOI, but we treat them with maximum respect, and just as good as we treat the UDP, because we respect the vote of Gambians. It's Gambians who voted for them. So that tolerance is what I promote in my council. We look at Landing Bisane, youth that is so enthusiastic about developing LRR. And like I said, these are all examples that UDP would like to showcase. And our development record, everybody knows that councils are not resource rich. In many areas, the government has not decentralized yet. But with the meager resources we have, I think we've been trying to show to the people in a limited way what UDP could do if we had all the resources of the country.
Thank you very much. Final words to Gambians?
Final words is register to vote, be tolerant to thy neighbor, promote multiculturalism, say no to tribalism, and always remember that at the end of the day, no matter what political party you subscribe to, we are Gambians, and that's what matters the most.
Thank you very much, Talib. Thank you. So I think I see Amadou Sane here. He was talking about the finances last time. I think I see him talking about finance the last time. He's here. So Amadou is here. We see, Amadou, you were talking about finance yesterday. And we see that, you know, UDP spent a lot of money on this Congress. And I want to know really, where is all this money coming from? I have kept asking and I don't get answers.
Well, we are getting it from Gambians who love their country and who believe in the values that UDP believe in, to give Gambians a decent, prosperous life in a democratic environment where there will be respect for the rule of law, human rights, and provide dignity for all the citizens. So we have a lot of Gambians who believe in the UDP.
So people will say you were in government for 2 years, you and your party leader, and so obviously the late Lamin Diba. What will you do differently? Why are we going to be convinced that what you have not done when you were in government, you're going to do when you come on your own?
Yesterday I listed quite a few things that we have done right, and it was a foundation. But we couldn't continue because Barrow actually had his own agenda and really destroyed all the efforts that we had begun. But if you imagine Gambia coming out in 2016, all the international partners, other countries, have seen us as a new darling of democracy. That's what they said. Coming from dictatorship to democracy. So imagine, we traveled to sell the country's development agenda to different parts of the world. And the welcome we had received is just fantastic. We've been to the Canadian government, we've been to their parliament, and they gave us a standing ovation. Just imagine, a democracy like that. It's to say welcome to the community of democratic nations. We've been to the State Department. We've been to Belgium and the king there. We've seen so many people. They all welcomed us, the Commonwealth and so on. But in that process now, this president now has his own agenda. He says he has an agenda different from our national agenda to develop this country and bring back democracy. So we are going to revive the aspirations of the people that they have now lost from the 2016 transition. The transition has failed, that I must say. So we are going to rebuild this country. And economically, financially, we are giving out large contracts without proper procedure. So there's no transparency in their dealings. And with all the billions of dollars that have come in the COVID money, grants and donations, the hospitals are in as terrible a state as they are now. Lack of scanners, lack of ICU, lack of emergency units, and most of the provincial referral hospitals. So you cannot say they have done anything positive for the Gambia. You go to irrigation, they are giving people in Badibu donkeys to do the irrigation. Is that taking us forward?
They just bought some, how do you call it? Tractors.
Those tractors, just empty tractors, are they going to tie the donkeys behind the tractors to do the plowing?
President said this is the worst of the oppositions. President said this is the worst of the opposition.
What we have seen is just empty tractors, tractor heads, no plow, no harrows, nothing, no seeders, and this is a loan. Did they tell you how they got this? And we had, under our NDP, programs with the Dutch government who are going to give some, 10 to 20 communities irrigation systems, and tractors and equipment, boreholes, that would serve the youths of this country. They turned that down, but to do large procurement contracts, which are suspicious. So we are going to be suspicious as Gambians of their motive for rejecting grants and go for loans to buy these tractors. Are they serving the Gambian people in that? We question it. As Gambian, we should question them. Yeah, so the tractors alone is not irrigation. They have to go along with all the equipment and all the requirements for an irrigation process. And they are not doing that.
I definitely gonna have you on the Kerr because we'll need to look at the budget and of course what is happening to meet the people store. So we'll definitely be glad to have you on.
I will be honored. I'll definitely look forward to that.
Thank you very much, Honorable. Ibrahim Atiba, let's talk and you take me to your party leader. You guys are here celebrating. Let's walk along. Charles, come in front. You guys are here celebrating. What is UDP? Albe can differently be. Bari tonya Congress mo formality leti. UDP sanji mo nim feng albe nyum banko kam. Bi ale Congress bake. Kafu ka mol fintindi. Mol yalne woman ke luntanti UDP ya. But UDP be can differently. Bari next year election.
Well, Nico UDP ala koto mende United Democratic Party. Nka democracy the exercise. Sanji fula. Nka mol bula yena ya foi lafta monela patio etama resolution oli safe I adopt ko kunyanta kachala kacha be nyala mo kana foko ma fonye every single constituency nka mo wane bondije ngi samba na fatili saba nga patio la ko kacha me o ku kacha la jang bile ma di second date and bile fana mo election date kateba final
so kori mobe challenge la party leader katun tengamra nali yang dundi party ko no bibi mbal challenge la
yalam party leader mo challenge party dingol
so mol kenyine for ko democracy tijang katuko munati na for the past how many years mo ko party leader challenge
because until dingol ko we are satisfied with our father ninna father be suti yala man fentinya kawda kambe on bije teben kambe on bije mbe fado na lo so ko no nyada na je tenta kala
So election o dunga be nyadi le Ibrahima dibe dung bayri diaspora fanang jama ba ngaji nata nan jang fumba jela nyinan ka diaspora je ka fu executive kon anim fanang ka funding kel anim musolje bayri tol kam nyinin ka wolonko funding kelo anim musol ila contribution last year alla last two congress ale min keno last jang we saw 30% of alla executive being female. Are we going to see wosifa for abela fala
anun diaspora fana UDP ni moto matala essence mu diaspora son titala no diaspora koma wala tin na UDP kam min keno patita kala no jang diaspora dingo mi etiketo jo kana ja mo keme kemol so ye mun eten ko patio nyin abitala nyato don so ngamin ke differently nyin na fa musol be la fala correct in fact ngam min moy e ko our national president be kala musol this time and then man so in the history of the Gambia but ngam ngunol min moy e ba mal ko musol the national president. Yes. And nga musu dol fana ngata mi yanon ko dia administrative secretaries. So UDP mu nyon tangolet.
UDP mu nyon tangolet. Obe ko ilale 2021. Ngata party leader samba party leader Ibrahima Diban samba party leader. No ngaji amum tanane Ibrahima abijane science I have. So hani sign drong comme nga fa nyamin drong mbe UDP la congress le day 2 we are here ajiyam fele fok mo wax ajiyam ben 1 minute rek ajiyam tay nak gis nañ ne yéen a ci congress bi man nak ma ngi laajte comme nima ko waxee rek UDP for the first time ñu am deputy party leader mu nekk jigéen waaye nag comme niñ ko waxee rek nit ñi wax nañ ne jigéen ñi war nañoo gën a yokku ci executive bi tey lan la ñuy séentu when it comes to that.
Fatou kontaan naa ci li nga ma laaj waaye foog naa ne last congress 2018 dañ defoon resolution boo xam ne ñu agree ne 30% jigéen ñoo nekk ci executive bi ak 30% youths te loolu foog naa ne baax na mun naa yokku nag waaye I'm not quite sure mun naa yokku parce que man ci suma jëmi boo pare bëgg naa mu yokku li ma la wax rek wax naa ne la rek su doo man rek jigéen ñoo fa fees waaye nag góor baax na jigéen baax na góor ñi duñ leen mën a bàyyi gannaaw that we have to work beside each other. You cannot go beyond them and they cannot go beyond us. We have to work beside each other. We march together and forge ahead. Lima wax moy mangé o jigéeni Gambians, especially the educated women, to come on board and join the political arena. Fatou, I am already aging. I am an old woman right now. If I get what I want, when I retire in politics, I have a young woman who is far educated than me, who is younger than me, to take my place, to be the deputy party leader and deputy secretary general, or even to be the party leader and party secretary general. It is possible. And even to be the flag bearer of United Democratic Party, because all along I have been advocating in my party, United. No, 2021 is out of it. Parce que plan nuñ ko suñ bëggee génne jigéen it must be planned thoroughly thorough planning so that he will win the elections bëgguñ koo def génne wàllu plan mu taxaw mu daanu thorough planning lañ soxla Fatou ndax su fekkee ne dem na rek mu daane ñëpp nekk the first male president in this country mu jógee si United Democratic Party Fatou foog naa loolu baax na waaw jërëjëf
kontaan nañ funding kel dung honorable funding kel la ko ngal ne tala UDP la funding kel la nyaato ngoti mbe mun jela bi funding kel la karola ka sele executive okon
Fatou bi ba jela funding chewlu jamal be dudna executive tole andung na resolution o pass le malafi people to be caught by surprise but I'm going to promise you next congress is all going to be 100% youth dominated because we want to respect the international youth age, that's 18 to 35. None of the members, in the next Congress will be far above that youth age. Yes. So we want to make sure that we have 100% youth representation, and not only that, we want to support youths in terms of education, in terms of agriculture, in terms of health. And, we made a resolution to support youths in the tertiary education, at least 10 scholarship for the youths. UDP will work on that, and UDP is going to work on that. So, and if you look at our activities from last Congress to now, we achieve a lot because we launched youth training, capacity building for youth on leadership, and also on microfinance. We did that training in summer, and it was attended by all the youths from the various regions. And we also embarked on agriculture this year. We had 3 successful youth farms, one in North Bank region, which was beans. CRR, we got 2 in Jareng, and the other one is the Monkunda. The Monkunda, the other field is harvested. We got 16 bags. The other field is supposed to be harvested after Congress. I think we'll wish to invite you to attend that one. So far, so good. And we try to nurture peace into the youths, because without peace, we can't move. And we have understand that in Africa, a lot of youths are involved in post-electoral violence. Here in UDP, we believe in non-violence. We want to make a change, that's obvious, but we don't want to use youth as a political tool to instigate violence in the country. No, we want to empower them with knowledge to make a change. Let them know that they are the change makers, and they should not be only dancers and clappers. Youths must be respected. Moreover, females as well. In UDP, we have high regard for women. And as my deputy party leader rightly said, we cannot just jump and say next election we have to put up a female candidate. But we have to train the person, because leadership is about recruitment, is about a process. I know with time UDP is going to have a flag bearer, female flag bearer. Inshallah, you will all join us to make the candidate a winning candidate.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're here with the party leader. So I am here with the party leader and Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, second day of the UDP Congress. Honorable Darboe, congratulations on the first successful day of your Congress. Tell us about how the organization, a lot of people are saying we have never seen such a Congress in the history of your party. What did it take to organize such a Congress?
Well, this is not something that has never been seen in the history of the United Democratic Party, but in the history of Congresses in this country. During the PPP regime, Jammeh with all the money had lavishing about, and of course the other parties. This is the first time we have this type of Congress organized in the country, and it demonstrates the thinking capacity of the members of our party, how you can project the party, how you can sell the party. And we're getting a lot of media advices as to how we should position ourselves as against other parties. And I'm glad to say that the mayor of Kanif Municipal Council, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, approached me to say if KM can organize or host this Congress, because it was originally scheduled to be hosted by CRR. But the reasons Mayor Talib Bensouda gave were very compelling and very sensible too. And I told him, well, I'll approach the CRR. I come from CRR, but then I don't have a constituency. The whole of Gambia is mine. I approached them and spoke with the leaders, the National Assembly members, and gave them the reasons why they wanted this being done in KM, and they agreed. And having agreed, we let them, KM, as the host, do the organization.
Last year, your message, 2 years ago, your message at the Congress was Niminkobe UDP Farala, Eventelo Kungo Farala. This year, your message at the Congress is directed to the sitting president. You talk about corruption, you talk about mismanagement, you talk about so many other things that you believe is what the government is doing. Why have you become the biggest critic of this government when you served as up to the level of the vice presidency?
Well, you are right. This issue of having served in the vice presidency or any other capacity, I don't think it's any reason why you shouldn't say things that are wrong. After all, the very raison d'etre for the election of the current regime was to fight corruption, was to stop wastage, was really to carry out reforms, was to focus on the state affairs, not really to be using the resources and machinery of government to promote yourself. These were the things, vices we pointed out about Yahya Jammeh. Should we allow that to continue without being talked about? If we did so, it would not be fair. We wouldn't be fair to Yahya Jammeh. Yeah? Then would have been treating Yahya Jammeh or criticizing him for some other reason other than what you say. We cannot allow things to happen under Yahya Jammeh to continue when the very president who is now in charge of the affairs of state had gone to the electorate and told them, look, give me your mandate. Trust me, I will fight corruption. Trust me, I will stop wastage. Trust me, government resources will not be used in the promotion of the political fortunes of any party. Trust me, I will carry out reforms. And then the president turns around and resiles on those promises. What do you expect? The fact that I was not heard whilst I was in cabinet shouldn't be a surprise. Because as a member of a cabinet, you're not expected to say anything against your government.
But was it not harsh to say Jammeh is better than Barrow? A lot of people said that was too harsh.
No, well, I have never said so.
What did you say?
I have never said, but I said, look, he should not make us regret voting for him against Jammeh.
So, talking about reforms and other things, of course, we all saw that the draft constitution was thrown away. And what we have seen is the government inviting a private citizen in the name of the former president of Nigeria to come and mediate with you guys, other political parties, to bring back the draft constitution. What is UDP's position in this?
No, you'll permit me not to say what UDP's position is. I have told the eminent person, His Excellency, former President Goodluck Jonathan, I've told him what UDP's position is. But just for conversation purposes, why the mediation? Because UDP has never been against the Constitution. And that is why, the media, journalists were during the process, we are saying partisan politics. What was partisan about it? Anyway, UDP showed that it was interested in the Constitution. It was interested in passing the Constitution. Barrow and his acolytes were against the Constitution for reasons known to themselves. So if they killed the draft when it was being delivered, if they aborted it when it was being delivered, now they want to put life in that aborted baby, well, we'll see.
Why do you think all of a sudden the president and the cabinet, because obviously we have seen cabinet paper coming out in the media that the government basically were not interested in having the draft passed. Why do you think all of a sudden they want to work on the draft?
Well, they have now realized that they committed a monumental, I wouldn't even call error, what they committed, what they did was a near political suicide. You as a sitting president or as a sitting government cannot sponsor a bill in the National Assembly and then turn around and abort that bill. The best thing for them to do was to withdraw it and say we will represent it, but not to abort it and then now wanting to take it back to the National Assembly. So I believe, one, maybe President Barrow and his acolytes do not know the parliamentary procedures, or They know the parliamentary procedures, but they thought that they could take such a stand, and then no one will raise a finger. We'll all be mute about it. Because, I mean, if they know parliamentary procedure, those people in National Assembly who support you, and we know all of them, NRP, it's a support them. Yeah? The majority might not really that they are supporting. Yeah? The 8 delinquent National Assembly members we expelled, we are in the Barrow camp. He ought to have called them and said, look, this is my measure. Vote for it. But they thought it was a UDP measure. That it was UDP brought it to the National Assembly, or they believe that it was favoring UDP. And no constitution is made for any particular individual or for any political party.
One day in politics is too long. Just few months ago, just like a year and a half ago, there was a tactical alliance. UDP and NRP were always in the same camp, most of the time.
It was once we were in the same camp with NRP. That was in the 2006 presidential elections. 2006. Yeah. And after the last parliamentary election, we had, of course, proposed tactical alliance. You know, and seemingly NRP was supporting that. But it never happened. And seemingly. You know, because on our part, we are faithful to the position, our stand, faithful to our position. That's why we didn't contest in any of the salums. That's why we didn't contest in Nyanija. That's why we didn't contest in Nyamina West and Dankunku. Because we thought this NRP, and also I think also Jokadu, we thought that NRP would be in a position to make. That's why we did not also contest in the Woolies. We said, look, you know, we do not want to give any chances to the APRC so that DOI or GMC could win it. That's why we didn't contest against Honorable Khalifa Sallah. So we were faithful to our stand. You know? But those who agreed or appear to agree that tactical alliance, you know, contested in our constituencies. Not only contested against us in our strongholds, but they also sponsored candidates who had applied to UDP for sponsorship. And the application was not successful, and they sponsored them. Typically, that was in Brufut. NRP, you know, sponsored the candidate that UDP, whose application was not successful for sponsorship by the UDP. If that was a tactical, he wouldn't think of contesting in the region, but he shouldn't even have thought. The candidate that applied to UDP, okay, so we were faithful and truthful to the position we took, but others we are not. And let me say, I have nothing against, maybe, let me say, for instance, DOI, in our strongholds, DOI didn't put up any candidates in our strongholds, although they didn't say that they were going into tactical alliance with us. They didn't say that, but they did not.
So, Honorable, few months ago, political and analysts will say the UDP was in a strong position a few months ago. But recently, every indication is that the NPP is gaining grounds in politics. They're gaining grounds, they're doing well, and they're in your backyard right now in CRR. It seems like the CRR people are endorsing the president. Are you concerned on the rate that the NPP is investing in gaining grounds? Are you concerned?
Well, you see, as far as the UDP membership is concerned, they are not penetrated. Have you heard any UDP supporter switching to NPP during this tour? You hear of other parties. The UDP people never leave UDP. For them, it's like a religion. They never leave UDP. And there's no amount of inducement.
We have seen strong members, for example, leaving, going to the NPP.
Leaving UDP?
Yes.
Who?
Chairman Brikama, we have seen your area council, we have seen and also
By UDP.
yes. But
We expelled him.
what about KMC? Of course, what's the name? Undanyang and others, not back.
Undanyang were the founders of NPP. So they got drifted away, you know. I don't want, there are certain words I could use, but I shouldn't use, you know. I had said that Barrow wanted to hijack the UDP. Yes. They were the aiders and abettors. That's why, so, they were in the same position as Barrow, aiding him to hijack UDP.
So finally, I know you're going to have the elections today to elect executive members of the party. Last Congress, we saw a resolution where you had 30% of the executive women and young people. What are we saying? Give us an idea as to what is going to happen in this year.
Well, we hope that that tradition will continue. We're looking forward to that tradition continuing. Yeah, I'm probably seeing 1 or 2 new faces. I mean, in the executive. Yes. I mean, this is an affirmative action, and what we pronounce, public pronouncements we make at occasions like National Congress, we really treat those ones as a covenant between ourselves and our party membership. So we do everything to respect those pronouncements.
Are you optimistic the party is going to give you a new mandate?
Well, I'm going to ask.
Are you campaigning?
Yes. I mean, certainly, I have campaigned secretly. Yes. I mean, I have contacted regional chairman, constituency chairman, to say that Honeybee and left the palace already. Yes, I have done that.
You did that?
Yes.
Well, we wish you
I did it quietly.
Yeah. To the viewers out there, especially the diaspora.
Well,
Some of them are watching.
Well, the diaspora, I said thank you. Last year, there were few people from the diaspora, but this year, I can't count the number. You have the Binet Bojansko here, you have the Jennifer Masses, you have the Aliu Dabos, you have from Switzerland, everywhere in Europe, people from Sweden, in the Nordic countries, the United States. We have, I can reckon that, I have met more than 60 people coming from the diaspora to attend this Congress. Some of them arrived yesterday. And some are getting ready to board the plane. And the unfortunate thing is that they are missing the Congress as well as the rally. But they'll be arriving tomorrow, after the rally. So this shows the commitment of the diaspora and their devotion to the party. And we are grateful to them. We say the diaspora certainly has been the body that has been carrying UDP. They commit their resources and they share their ideas with us, and they don't leave us on our own. They are not overawed by the grandeur of UDP leaders' aura. They tell me directly that this is wrong. I have something from Pata PJ today, but because this is their party, so they want to see their party run in a manner that is satisfying to them. And we really believe that our diaspora is probably stronger than our than our executive on the ground here. And kudos to Mboj Sedikan, who has been doing a wonderful work. And he has now been relieved of his position as in the embassy, and that gives him more time to work for UDP. Yeah. We see others in the diplomatic service. mounting NPP platform, campaigning for NPP platform, people in the diplomatic service. And these are the things we said, yeah, Jammeh was doing and should not do. But it's not happening. Why should we say it? We should really say that Barrow has not been truthful to the Gambian people, has not been faithful to the promise he made to the Gambian people. And he himself did admit that. Campaign what we come for, and in Nisita, deception, dishonesty. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable, and we wish you all the best. We hope, if anybody comes up, I think I'll try to contest for your position. Well, can I register today? Am I able to register today? Well, if I'm able to contest, then thank you very much for granting us this interview. To you guys watching, this was side interviews at the sidelines of the UDP Congress before the elections. Thank you very much, and good night to you all. Bye.
Agada di.
Mbijan aganya.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyinji.
Okay. Korsa. Nsila ID soto.
Ah, sa soto. Sorry. Agada di.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Ah,
bare mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Ah, janno mi yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbali ya bere. Ha. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong labe ko.
56 branches mola soto Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ha. Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nko kono kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol dir fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je.
Ha e wo moyo diat ha.
Apelenta
baraka. Ni mo lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.
Thank you.